Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way. The content, it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence of your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year not ration, came in abundance. Films like in Sundance, tech like the pop art. Tachi Queen, you are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary. And seldom do they motivate. World full of hate, we serve a hope on a plate across different platforms. Let's hear a buffet, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a day, we always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settled in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winning with no award tours. This culture meets the art. Podcast with the heart and essence of the growth. The power's in the people. Without you, we ain't equal. What we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio. Episodic, our rituals, minds change through visual. Representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here to share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift and fluidly, we can pass this test and still in our unity, elevating through stress. Yes, MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch.
Welcome to another week of MC Curtis's uselessness. Oh, you're not. Achilles heel, you are. Achilles heel. Anyway, at least I'm going to try and get it together. This is MediaScope, the show where we talk all about media, tech, and pop culture news with a side of fun and foolishness. Every week, it's not MediaScope without fun and foolishness, especially by MC Curtis. My name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, filmmaker, media content producer. I am also a journalist, and the useless individual behind the scenes would be a one MC Curtis. MC, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, everybody. What's happening?
Well, what's with the dude?
No, I just had a moment.
You had a moment?
Yeah, they don't happen too often, but I had a moment.
Well, gather yourself together. Gather yourself together. And look who's here clapping for your ineptitude. That would be my coach, Tawana. Hello, Tawana. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
No, I was just
you don't have time for small talk. You got work to do, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Me or Coach Tawana?
You. How are you?
I'm fine. I am fine. I'm always fine. What problems do I have? How dare I complain?
I heard some really bad weather in Fort Lauderdale. A lot of storms. Is that correct?
A lot of rain.
A lot of rain. Okay.
Yeah, it's rained daily for the past 3 days, but we're going into rainy season now down here, so it's to be expected. But I did get a chance to head on down to Miami before it rained yesterday, because it usually generally will rain in the afternoon, though today was the morning. But it was clear in the morning, and I headed down to Miami to see a CQ family member, Club Quarantine family member, who was here vacationing. So I said, I can't let you come to South Florida and I don't at least say hi. So I drove down to Miami yesterday.
Nice. I think you posted. Yeah. Did you post a picture?
Of course I posted it.
Yeah.
I did post a picture.
Yeah,
I did post a picture.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it was very cool. She had a great time, and so did I. And look who was here. Speaking of a great time, the Minister of Libation, the Queen of Food Truckery, Serena Wills is here. What's up, Serena? And she says, hello, MediaScope family. Soratachi and MC Curtis. She's zoomed up in the truck.
I seen that. All kinds of goodies.
Mm-hmm. Like what, MC?
Mm-hmm. Like alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Is that the only goodie you? Oh dear, the uncouth has spoken. Is that the only thing you see? You don't see the bento boxes and the pita pockets, the nice, healthy, fresh fare she's put?
Where's that at?
You're blind. Exactly. Never mind. Never mind. The uncouthness continues on.
I've actually been working kind of hard this weekend, trying to get my, my funds from that last gig.
Are you still on this shakedown, the takedown and the shakedown, the shimmy?
Yeah.
You're not shimmying hard enough, apparently.
I know. I gotta think of some
you
other
gotta. You're just doing this, but you gotta. you need to shimmy a little harder, sir, because if it's not coming, maybe you need to practice in front of your bedroom mirror and say, I need to really practice my shimmy.
I need like a tambourine, with a shimmy.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness, here we go. Like a Kojic style tambourine.
All right.
Kojic people love a tambourine. And for those of you who don't know, Kojic stands for Church of God in Christ. And if you see people with a tambourine, they're either Pentecostal or Kojic. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So with your Kojic style tambourine and your shimmy, that would be a sight to see.
That would make them empty all their pockets.
Serena asked, do we need a poll for MC Curtis by the food truck with the tip jar? We probably do. But first he has to learn to shimmy because he's not shimmying hard enough, apparently.
I think that tambourine is going to really kind of set it off.
I'm going to have to get a tambourine as a prop because that is now your permanent prop. We're going to have to get that. Goodness gracious. Tish Roach is here. What's up, Tish? She says, where's your tambourine, Doc? I don't have one. I'm going to have to go. Does Party City sell tambourines for people who are putting on plays about Kojic or church? I'm going to have to go get one. So pretend this is a tambourine. I'm tapping my foot. You can't see it.
What a little shimmy.
You're going to have to do it harder than that, though. I don't know if you need shimmy lessons or what, but whatever you're doing, your shimmy is not shaking. Your shimmy is not working to get your said funds because they'd be doling it out if the shimmy was working.
They would.
It's not working. So I don't know. Maybe you could recruit some MediaScopers to help you shimmy. Can you imagine a whole line of you shimmying outside to get your 5, 6, 7, 8?
Oh, boy.
Oh, goodness gracious. Tips are appreciated for MC. Said Serena. She is not only the Minister of Libation and the Queen of Food Truckery. She's also in charge of all tips. So, and oh, Tish Roach has already put some tip for you.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. How about a drink special, Serena, for the
Drink special. Go ahead, Serena, because you know he won't rest or nothing will be right with the show until you do a drink special. So go ahead. The show, basically, we're on shutdown until all of that happens.
the pollster.
That's a drink special? The pollster?
The pollster.
All right. The pollster and another one, the shimmy shakedown. Can we have that too?
Shimmy shake.
We need a pollster and a shimmy shakedown. What would be in the wait? I just need to know what is in the pollster.
The drink special?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the pollster comes with it could come with like a umbrella representing,
Okay.
the drink that represents the pole.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
the umbrella
Or
itself.
the straw could represent the pole.
The straw. Yeah, that's true. And then the umbrella kind of effect could be like the trimming of green socks, the stripes on the socks.
The stripes on your socks, that's part of your costume, yes.
Yeah, exactly. That can be the umbrella. And then
but who cares about the accoutrement? What's in it?
Oh, we have a shot of vodka. We have we have orange juice, and we have punch.
Like Hawaiian punch?
No, well you can do that, but that works.
That just sounds awful and very Section 8. Anyway.
No, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty tasty. Or we could do Jameson and some.
What is Jameson?
Yeah, it's a.
You have to excuse me. I don't know because I don't really like alcohol, so I don't know. So. Well, all I know is people keep talking about this Uncle Nearest. Well, which is cool because it is a black-owned. Is it gin or is it bourbon? I don't know. It's some kind of.
I've never heard of that. What's that about?
Yeah. So Uncle Nearest. The story is that was it Jack Daniels? I can't remember the exact story, but the story is that it was for this particular distillery. It was actually a black enslaved person who came up with the method and the recipe and all of that. And so they took it, of course, and he never got any compensation or money, nor did any of his descendants. And so years later, of course, they're finding out all of this. And there's a journalist who wanted to go and do a story on it. She ended up going down there. I believe they're in Virginia. She ended up going down there and seeing the distillery. And actually, the person who was in charge asked if she wanted to buy it. And it ended up went from being a story and a documentary on it to her buying it. And they called it, his name, the enslaved person's name was Nearest. So it's called Uncle Nearest now.
Very interesting.
It's very interesting.
That sounds like a movie.
It should, well, I think that's what they were, attempting to do. But this is so much more because now the descendants of Uncle Nearest will be able to, get some payoff off of it. So I think it's a very nice story. It's a story of, redemption almost coming back full circle. So that's what I did say, that the punch in it sounded very, and no disrespect to Section 8 people, but it sounded very interesting. So we need a red light special. That's the route MC Curtis is going to go with his dancing career. David Benjamin Echoes is here and says, Bison Blue, you know it. HU, you know. Absolutely. Tora Spraggs is here. Hey, Tora, and says, I'm sure there's a shimmy coach out there with a $27 special out there. If there is one, MC will find it. Believe me. So, and thank you for saying that I am radiant in blue. I'll accept that. I take that. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Let's keep, actually, let's keep go. Let's see. David Benjamin says mint mojito. Oh, misspelled purposely. Top Chef, please. So he's ordering. Serena, get on it. So feel free. The food truck is here. Put your orders in. They've got some specials. We made up 2 things today: the Polster and the Shimmy Shakedown. So go ahead and get those. Hey, Timothy Hall, Dr. Hall, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, I'm liking blue. I'm feeling not blue, but feeling like wearing blue today. It's dark outside, so blue. So there we go. I'm like, look, I'm just saying punch and all of that. So that's basically, isn't that orange juice and vodka? Isn't that a screwdriver?
That is. But when you
So you just then made it colorful with
when
Kool-Aid or whatever
when you add the punch, it makes it more tropical.
Okay. If you say so. Red light special. Any red drink is 50% off. So I guess you're going to have to make this poster red then. And since there's punch in it, what happened?
How about you get like a free pair of socks?
Oh, and a free pair of socks. How about you wrap the sock around the glass? How about that? I can't with any of you all. Folks, we're going to get to it. Welcome. If you're just joining, you're never late. There's no such thing as too late in MediaScope. My name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, filmmaker, media content producer. Guess what? I'm also a journalist. This is the meeting of the minds. We're here to discuss media, tech, and pop culture, and we're going to do that right now. Could I have the intro for the media section? And look at MC trying to redeem himself, being like, bam, right on time. Right on time, sir. Right on time. He may not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. He's an on-time MC Curtis. Yes, he is.
That's hilarious.
So I have a couple of events that are up and coming that I want to share with you all. The Stream TV show is still on. It started yesterday. We had it today. Actually, some really good sessions with some people from HBO Max talking about the direction of streaming TV. And then tomorrow is the last day. It was the 15th through the 17th. And you can still register. All you have to do is go to streamtvshow.com and register, and you can watch the final day of events. It's free. Why not? I'm all about taking advantage of free stuff. And if I could have the next one, please. So, and it's the world's largest stream TV show as well. And then next on board, we also have Careers Are Built Here, the NAB show. Remember, I told you guys last week that I was going to find a code for you to attend NAB for free. Now, if you're not sure what that is, NAB is the National Association of Broadcasters. It is the largest show of new media technology, of entertainment, I would say in the world, but definitely in North America. And it is happening October 9th through 13th in Las Vegas. That's right. It is going back to being live. I hope that they also will keep some of the streamed events, keep some of it virtual, but I'm hoping and planning to be there because I miss NAB. I miss reporting from NAB. I miss bringing you guys all the haps for those of you who can't make it. But check it out. And the good thing is, look, when you actually register, they have such good hotel rates. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So the places that are normally crazy expensive, you can get really inexpensively. You just have to give the code that you had registered for NAB, and you can go ahead and stay someplace nice for really inexpensively. It's also a great place to maybe do a vacation, right after or during. That's what I always do. So the code is E. I don't know if you can see it. So I'll tell you, it's E as in Edward, M as in Mary, the number 0, the number 3, and you could get a free exhibits pass. And see, it's not just exhibits, it's also sessions on the floor. They do giveaways. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So once again, it is E as in Edward, M as in Mary, the number 0 and the number 3 if you are interested in attending the NAB show for free. And also, if you have a blog, if you do a live stream, anything where you do any kind of reporting, register for a press pass. So go to nabshow.org and you can register under, press as for a press pass. That's what I do. And then I bring you all that great live stream stuff. And I usually also write an article on, what went down at NAB. So no excuse not to learn, people, not when there's free. I refuse to accept. This is when I'm talking about be more, better, smarter, wiser, kinder. This is what the heck I'm talking about. Be more. No excuse for you not to be better in everything you do with media. Right, MC?
Absolutely.
Okay. I was waiting for you to agree. Anyway, let's keep going. Could I have the next story, please? Could I have photo 3, please? All right, guys. Talked a little bit about this on the pre-show. Let's get deeper into it. I know that you all everybody is in, maybe not you, but a lot of us are really into the audio game, right? The social audio game, the live streamed synchronous audio game where you can get have interaction back and forth in real time. Are you doing a lot of live audio, MC?
Not yet, but I do have some plans. I think there was a couple of actually there were a couple of audio platforms that you introduced me to, but I do have some plans to really kind of dive into them at some point. Certainly. Right.
Well, we were on Needle together, NEDL, which is is live radio, basically. So you have a station and you can have a radio show. Kind of mimics what Clubhouse does, but it's different from Clubhouse. So you could check out Needle. I actually had a chance to meet the founder at the last NAB, and so that's how I kind of got hooked on to that. So check it out. They're still building in terms of content, but it's building day by day. It's good to get in on the ground floor. Well, speaking of ground floor, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook hosted a test, the first test of live audio rooms in the US. So remember in April, I talked about that Facebook was going to develop a Clubhouse-like app.
Right.
I mean, if I'm lying, I'll take it all back. Absolutely. But they have a habit of, in general, copying everything. They never do anything original. Everything is a clone of something else. So they announced in April a slew of new audio products, including their Clubhouse clone, live audio rooms, and it's supposed to be available across Facebook and Messenger. So they've been publicly testing the audio rooms feature in Taiwan with public figures over there. But yesterday, they hosted their first public test of live audio rooms in the US. It was hosted by Mark Zuckerberg himself. He chatted with fellow execs and creators. So, yeah, they're serious about it now. This is what I don't like about Facebook. Okay, no disrespect to you, Facebook. We use you, so I can't disrespect you too much. But at least I'm not doing it behind your back. You're here, right? It's in your face. So what I don't like is that people get all invested into new platforms. You had audio before. Remember that, sirs and madams? You had audio before, and then you decided it no longer served you. I don't know if and then you let it go to waste. But now that somebody else is doing well with live audio, synchronous audio, you then decide you want to do this again. Well, how do I know this is going to be a trend, old master of none? Because what you do is you put things out there. People get used to it. Like, remember watch parties?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
I was doing them consistently for the realtor that I work with. We would debut videos and, just do all sorts of things. Now, maybe it wasn't getting the audience share that you thought it should. But had you invested more time and energy in it, I think it would have picked up wings, because look who's doing watch party type stuff now. Netflix, Amazon. I talked about another app that's getting ready to do that, but you let it go without much fanfare, because it's like you don't invest the time and energy. It's like, when children get toys, they play with it for a little while, then they leave it by the wayside until another child decides they want that toy. Now you want it again, right?
That's a great analogy. That's good.
Thank you. I pride myself on the analogies, if nothing else. If nothing else, I pride myself. Go ahead.
I'm thinking, or do you think that it's possible that they're like, hey, you know what? We're out here in this space. No one else is doing this. So is it apparent that, and I don't know what they're thinking, but apparently that because no one's out in that space, no one is interested. But yet Facebook had a huge opportunity. Like you said, they're already doing audio. They had a huge opportunity to really just kind of take it and run with it. And only thing they needed to do was to add an opportunity for the person to talk back, similar to what Needle's doing.
Yes, exactly. And Taurus asks about Needle. It's NEDL, so Needle. And you know what? I can't tell who this. It just says LinkedIn user. LinkedIn user, put your name in. I'm sure I know who this is, but I can't tell. I would actually have to go to LinkedIn. But hey, LinkedIn user, how are you? Put your name in the chat so that I can address you properly. Good to see you. And LinkedIn user also says, hi, MC. And that lets me know I know exactly who you are, but I can't tell. So Serena also says the master and specialist of none. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to be on a roll. I mean, I'm just telling the truth. If nothing else. Tim Hall agrees and says, absolutely. And, you'll be there in August. That's right. Over on the West Coast for CQ Live. And I forgot to make that announcement. Oh, and thank you for saying this is a wonderful live stream. Thank you for being here, nameless person until you tell me. And guess what? Serena has put the code for NAB in the chat. It is EM03. That is the NAB code. So if you're interested in going, go to nabshow.org. Put that code in when you go for registration, and you'll get a free exhibits pass. Even if you don't know that you're going, go ahead and get it, because you may decide the last minute, I'm going, and then you already have it, right? And we don't want this code to expire, even though I'll probably get another one. But go ahead and take advantage of that code. So thank you so much. I'll put it up again periodically so that you all can get it. Let's keep going through. LinkedIn user says Clubhouse users say they have already built their audience, so they're not going to jump ship. Exactly. That's the thing. If you already, it takes work to build an audience elsewhere, right? To build on a new platform, unless you're the type of person that you see the promise in a new platform and you're like, you know what, I want to get in on the ground floor, I'm going to jump on. But for a lot of people who have already cultivated audiences elsewhere, a lot of people have an audience on Clubhouse already, so they're not going to jump ship. I'll say this, Clubhouse has its uses. I have specific rooms that I go in. I'm a little bored with Clubhouse, so that's me. That's me, aside from where I already go. And I said this at 5:30-ish on the other on IG Live, that I'm not finna, as they say down here in Florida, sit there and cultivate another audience or look for rooms on Clubhouse. Will I check this out? Absolutely. I always check out everything. It doesn't mean I'm going to use it, because I've discovered, for me, for certain platforms, I am a good co-host, right? I am good. You could bring me up on your stage on Clubhouse. I will do whatever you want. Just like with Blab, my nose is itching. I'm sorry, all. But just like with Blab, you remember, of course, I met MC Curtis on Blab, actually. So remember with Blab, you never saw me hosting any rooms except for one time, right? One time I hosted, and that was when I was at NAB. We did this whole really cool thing with Blab. But I never hosted any rooms because I was like, I don't feel like it. I have to be moved by a platform to actually create. I don't care if everybody else is over there. I don't care if people are making millions over there. If it doesn't move me to participate, I'm not going to do it. And I think there are other people that are like me. So Clubhouse, I love to participate, but I don't feel like hosting my own room. Guess why I don't? I don't, and I'm not going to apologize. Oh, you can, I don't care. But you could be I don't care. But what if I don't care?
Okay. Question now. What do you think that's missing, and what prevents you from possibly hosting your room? So is there something or a feature that you would like, or something you feel that's missing before you decide to host your own room?
I've hosted rooms there in the past.
Oh, okay.
And it's been good. Yeah, you've been in some rooms I've hosted. I've done MediaScope there.
Right.
But to me, I just don't feel like it. Let's be honest. I just don't feel like it. I don't know that it's necessarily missing anything. For me, I think that it also takes a lot to gather people, to sit there and ping people in and to keep posting so that it catches on. I don't feel like doing that. I don't. I have the places where my audience is. It's not the type of platform like a TikTok where you can get view. Like when I'm on TikTok, I just really started trying with TikTok. Remember, I've been on there since they were Musically, did not create content. Just recently this year started creating content. I get a lot of views on TikTok. So it's worth it for me to post over there because there's a payoff, right? It makes sense.
Right.
You can't record anything unless you go through the changes of all this wahala on Clubhouse. Is it worth it for me to do that? Just to have conversations that go, no, I have a tribe that I could do that with.
I think that's a huge piece. But that being said, do you think they're going to have that recording feature sometime soon?
Here's the thing. They're going to have to do that if they want for people to stay and not jump ship, because Facebook already has recording endemic in it. And I think Zuckerberg was lurking on Facebook. Remember, he didn't come here to be your friend. They're like, oh, Zuckerberg is over here. They were doing all these rooms. I'm like, and so he's coming to steal.
Absolutely.
My friend, you think he's there to be your friend? No, ma'am. No, sir. Green eggs and ham. He came to see what he could take from there, what he could glean, because he wanted to do it for Facebook. As my mother says, let's use a little bit of common sense here. So I said, oh, okay, here we go. We've got over on LinkedIn.
All right, guys, bear with us. We have some kind of interruption here.
Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way. The content, it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence of your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year not ration, came in abundance. Films like in Sundance, tech like the pop art. Tachi Queen, you are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary and seldom do what they motivate. World full of hate, we serve the hope on a plate across different platforms.
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I just went away.
Yeah, I think Zuckerberg did something.
Zuckerberg did something. Hold on a sec. Now I gotta. That's what I get for talking about him. But you're not going to get the best of us.
Absolutely not, Zuckerberg.
Not today. And there's probably a little bit of an echo. Hold on. Let me get my. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. There we go. I have you back in my ear now. All right. So I apologize for that. I don't know what happened. We're back though. All right, come back. I'm back. And she said I made Zuck mad. I probably did. Damn it. Do I look like I care though? I don't. And then David Benjamin Eccles says sips and always side by side while waiting for MediaScope intermission. We just may have to have an intermission for that. And LinkedIn user says, LOL, a boom. I'm not going to stop talking about. Hold on, let's see. Not today, Zucky. She said. Oh, thank you for the review, though. Thank you. No, absolutely, absolutely. Wait a minute. So, but we had. I was trying to figure out who the LinkedIn folks were, and okay, because it went away. Okay, but hey, LinkedIn user, I saw Kathy. Hey, and there was another person. Hey, thank you for being here. Put your names back in the chat. Well, this is a perfect time for me to go back and say, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another riveting and exciting, as usual, episode of MediaScope. This is the show where we talk all about media, tech, and pop culture news. I am Tachi. I'm a media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, and a journalist. I'm joined by my co-host and the voice, MC Curtis.
Hey, everybody, what's happening?
We're good. This is this is all you, MC. I know. Somehow you're in cahoots with these people. You're in cahoots. Serena Lowe says, always a professional. Wow, I'm scared, though, for the other professionals if this is professional. My behavior is so far from professional. Anyway, Kathy Smith. Okay, this is Kathy E. Smith. Okay, now I'm seeing your name. Yay. Weird. All right. Anyway, hey, Kathy. Welcome. Yay. All right. MC is in cahoots with them. He's not telling me, but I'm going to find out afterwards. The truth is always discovered. Always.
Yeah. I found out the owner of the club is someone who's connected to Zuckerberg.
The club where you're trying to have a shimmy shakedown.
Yeah. Got some
you might have to stop dancing at that club, MC, because it's not doing well for you. You're not getting the dividends. You're not shimmy shaking down well enough. You might have to leave that one alone. Anyway, my head is all in the photo. But anyway, that's what's happening with that. Not sure when they're going to do a rollout to everyone. But as you know, these features roll out slowly, right? Over the coming weeks for everyone. So we don't know who, what, when, where, why, but we don't have access to it yet. Obviously, they just did a test. But yeah, hopefully very soon it will be there. It's going to be the experience is much like other platforms. It's like Clubhouse. It's like Twitter Spaces. Basically, I forgot to put a picture so you all can see this, but there's an article in TechCrunch and you'll see it. It's like from yesterday. So it's like right at the top. If you go to techcrunch.com, you'll be able to see what it looks like. And so, it's to be expected. What I will say is that they still have problems with privacy, people trusting them because of the privacy issues. So it will be interesting to see what happens, right? If people really use this to the extent they could. They have a leg up, not necessarily over Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces, but they have a leg up because they already have a large built-in audience. There are a lot of users that may use this as a feature because they're already over here. But is the audience going to be over here? That is the big thing. My audience right now on Facebook for it's different, obviously, for MediaScope, but on my personal page, for example, it's a lot of people that I already know, because I'm not going to accept you if I don't know you somehow, whether it's from online or something. Yeah, I'm not going to accept your friend request. So if you have a lot of that, is this really going to be a draw for you to have these conversations? Maybe. We'll see.
Hey, question.
Will you use it? Go ahead. Question.
I got two questions. One, is there a link provided for this test that Zuckerberg did on Facebook for their audio?
Oh, good question. Good question. I I don't know if
Maybe I haven't seen the
it was
article.
still up.
Or-
Yeah, take a look at the article. I don't see there is not
Maybe there's a link.
one in there. They have, it looks like they have the share the room link thing, but they don't have the full link in a picture. So I don't know. I'm sure it's still up. I don't know if any of you caught it or if you know if it's still up. Let me know because I'd like to actually physically see. I started to try to look for it earlier, ran out of time, but let us know because that would be very interesting to see. Let's go to the room. Serena Wills, what is that? Are those feet? Socks. Serena Wills has put up the socks. Facebook is slipping MC some cash, says Serena. They bribed MC Curtis with some free socks. Come back on this side, Curtis. Curtis, come over here. Come over here. Look who's here. William Slace.
Hey, Will.
He said that's not. He said that's not Curtis. That's Aaron Hall from Guy or Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band. Okay, William, you win. You won today.
Hey,
you win.
Another question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think this audio is something that LinkedIn should do, or just kind of on a professional level? You know, for those who are, interested in that space, those conversations.
How about LinkedIn beef up their live stream before they talk about live audio? We've been on there now for a little while, so I feel like LinkedIn, I feel like I know you well enough now. I don't know that we're friends, but we're acquaintances, okay? LinkedIn, I feel like I know you well enough to tell you that you need better search and discovery for your live streams. If basically the people who see it are the people who follow you, how do you discover others? There's no clear directory or any way to really see beyond getting an occasional notification when you get the notification. How are they going to handle audio? I urge you to fix what you have before you add anybody else. But that's a good question. What's your second question?
You already answered it.
Oh, thank you. wait. Food truck is playing Guy and the Gap Band in rotation through the loudspeakers. So not only can you get the drink specials, you can get your fill of Guy and the Gap Band. Coach Tawana says LinkedIn is already rolling out audio. Are they? Okay, so my
Really?
Coach Tawana is actually a LinkedIn specialist. Are they rolling out audio? I had not heard about. Wait, did I hear about LinkedIn audio and I'm just forgetting? Because now that you mention it, that sounds familiar. Okay, so they're rolling out audio and I'm scared. Tawana, I want to know what you think about this because I'm already a little because of their live video. What are they going to do with audio? I want to see that. Because,
on their live video, they're still just kind of just allowing people it's like a drip, as far as who they give permission to do live.
Yes, that is another thing. There are people who have applied way back and they're still waiting to hear. So are there, which leads me to believe, are you taking live video seriously? Are you going to sunset it? Was this just all one big test?
Maybe they're trying to figure out how they're going to fit it into their subscription model, as far as the pricing piece of it. But I wouldn't imagine.
Well, then if that's the case, you won't be seeing me on. This will be our final broadcast on LinkedIn, if that's the case. Subscription. Nonsense.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going. Yolanda asks, who's working at the bar? Serena Wills is working at the bar. We've got some specials. Yolanda, go ahead and order what you'd like. Tora says, will you need an invite to also be part of the Kool-Aid Club on Facebook audio? Great question. I think that this is actually, once they roll it out, it will be a feature that is already there. I think that they're trying to, what Facebook aims to do is be the everybody else, but you don't get to master the things you have by being not Clubhouse. Does that make sense? By being not Twitter Spaces. What are you? You're not these things. That's clear in the name. But what are you then? So I think they're trying to be as unclubhouse. Well, no, you're doing Clubhouse. But in terms of features, they're trying to add more because there's already a chat, which is something that is not on the other two. I can imagine. That's a good question, that you would not need it because it is something that is already, you're already on Clubhouse. So it would just, on Facebook. So it would just take you joining Facebook to experience. That's what I'm thinking. So, but we'll see. We shall see. All right. Let's keep the Kool-Aid Club. I'm telling you. David Benjamin Eccles has a martini. He is ordering a martini and a popcorn, please. He's listening to "I Get So Lonely" by Janet Jackson featuring Guy. Oh God! At the food truck. I love you all so much. You all are the epitome of everything. You make my day. That's why I come here on Wednesdays to hang out. You know, people are during this pandemic. People are like, oh well, I know that people are lonely. Well, I was never lonely. I have been so good this whole pandemic. I'm like, what? You don't know I hang out with the MediaScope family on Wednesday, that I'm in CQ with other people? Like, what? I am fine. Of course, it's nice to see people in person, but I've done the socially distanced luncheons and such, and I'm good. I am good. It's stuff like this that they don't have this. That's what they're missing in their lives. That's what they're missing.
Absolutely. Well,
and David Allen is here. Yay. Next, Alex G. Bell. Well, go ahead.
We need something to drink for the gospel station because everyone else is drinking something at the gospel station.
Okay, so can you make up a nice non-alcoholic drink for Gospel 107, Serena? Something nice. Beyond the cheapo for Shirley Temple. Come up with something nice. And David Allen is here. Hey, David, how are you? Next, Alexander Graham Bell's new voice platform. That would be a way for Bell to come back, right? AT&T/Bell. They're like, They're coming back. And now we have live audio. I wouldn't be surprised. So let's not laugh too hard at this. Let's not laugh too hard. Terry Johnson is here. The assistant manager of Food Truckery is here. What's up, Terry? Good to see you. Timothy Hall is happy to be here. We're happy to have you here. Serena says, what? You didn't go gain the COVID pounds? Who didn't gain the COVID pounds?
Yeah,
me? I don't think
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, indeed.
No, I'm the same.
Yeah.
Because I refused to sit in the house, and I refused. So yeah, I didn't go to the gym because remember the gym was my jam before. I stopped going to the gym because I didn't want to use COVID for dumbbells. So no, but there was plenty of exercise to be had virtually. So now actually the same.
Now you just walk through your neighborhood lifting vehicles?
I don't walk through the neighborhood at all.
Lifting your neighbor's vehicles?
Yeah. You think I'm that strong? Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, wow. Wow. I can press 500 pounds with my legs, but,
Jeez.
That's my strong point. Dance has really... My legs are like, you don't want, they're like kangaroo legs. If you get kicked by a kangaroo, you don't want that from me.
Yeah, like helping people out of jams with your legs. Yeah.
Exactly. Tish Roach says, I didn't gain the COVID-19. Well, good for you. Good for you. I hope everybody else is maintaining as well. And then COVID GBP. Hint, hint. Yes, Kathy. I know. Oh, wait. LinkedIn users says hi. Okay, we're back now to just the LinkedIn. What the heck? We're back to this now. Okay, but hey, LinkedIn folks. David Benjamin Eccles says, I'm the president of NAB. Oh, what? Who is the president of NAB? Let me look that up. I can't remember now, but I'll find it for you. I'll find it for you before we go. And 5 for me, says Serena Lowe. So she's gained 5. 5 pounds is like nothing. It's when the 5 pounds keep accumulating that is like, oh, just 10. Then you're like, oh, wait a minute now. I'm now at 25. Perhaps I should slow down. Tora Spraggs is putting in her vote for the next board meeting for MediaScope to launch its version of Periscope and Clubhouse combined. We could crowdfund with MC Curtis's dancing and tambourine skills. That would be no money then, Tora. So we might as well find another plan because you see he's already having to shake down somebody else for his pay. So we won't make much. Do I do a shuffle dance? When I tap, yeah. Absolutely.
I'm looking up this information. The president of the NAB is Jordan. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. Wertieb. Wertieb. Jordan is the first name.
This must be new.
Yeah, I'm on the website.
I have to go back and look it up. Okay, on the website. Thank you for that. Yeah, this is new because the last time I checked it. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Kathy says MC shout out music. That would be either Guy or so. If anybody has any requests for the music, it has to be either Guy or who did Uncle Charlie or the Gap Band?
Yeah, Wilson. Yeah, it's Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson. He gained COVID gadgets from Amazon. See, that's another thing people gained.
Yeah, absolutely.
People spent, boy. People spent because you're in the house and you can't go to the mall. You can't do so. The thing that precludes you from shopping sometimes is when you back in the day before the genesis of online shopping, if the malls were closed. Remember when shops used to close on Easter and Christmas and stuff? Not anymore, but you just didn't shop, right?
Right.
Now you could shop 24/7 online. In fact, this is what I was doing. I was buying things. Not buying. I would put them in my cart and act like I was shopping and then just not buy them because it was like shopping for me, unless it was something I really wanted to get. But you could end up spending a lot. So I would I want that and that. I would just have it in the cart and acted like I shopped. That was fun for me.
That sounds like therapy.
It is. It's very therapeutic. It's very therapeutic, especially if it's clothing and you're at the, one of those ones that have an online try on. Okay, I'm going to get this and this didn't fit and I'm going to get this. But then you just don't buy it. William Slay said, I did that too. Yeah, I did that with Amazon. Amazon wish list for days. Amazon truly will get you in trouble if you are not careful.
Yes, indeed.
And LinkedIn user is saying, hey to Will. What's up? Kathy is saying, hey to Will. I keep saying LinkedIn user. Kathy is saying, hey to Will. Outstanding by the Gap Band is asked for. That is a request from Dr. Hall. So Terry is here so she can operate the food truck when she vamooses, but we're going to get ready to kind of wrap it in a little bit in a while. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Thank you for you all. I absolutely love you. All right, let's go. And I saw a little jerkiness. Could I have the next story, please? Netflix, Spotify. Photo 4, please. Thank you. All right. So Netflix has confirmed that they are doing a fictional series about Spotify, and it's going to debut in 2022. Production is underway right now for its new fictional series on Spotify. is supposed to be available globally in 2022, and the cast has also been revealed. Vikings actor Edvin Andre will star as Spotify CEO Daniel Ek, and Ulf Steinberg of Beartown will play former Universal Music Sweden managing director and early Spotify backer Per Sundin. In case you didn't know, Spotify is a Swedish company. Also on the list, Gizem Erdogan of Love and Anarchy will star as Petra Hansen, one of Spotify's freemium model architects. Joel Lutzo, of Gassman will play ex-Spotify CTO Andres N, and a bunch of other people. Basically, everybody Swedish that's playing this. So the premise of the storyline, very familiar, inspired by the book Spotify Untold. I talked about that actually, I think, last year on MediaScope, written by Sven Carlson and Jonas Lejonfond. I hope I said that properly, which goes into detail about Spotify's ongoing conflict with rival Apple, which could be featured in the Netflix series in some way. So look for that coming next year. Fictional series on Spotify. Let me have photo 5, please. Did you see In the Heights yet, MC?
I have not.
Okay. I don't know who all of you saw In the Heights. I have not yet. I'm not going to see it in the theaters. Probably it's in theaters. It's also on HBO Max. I'm not paying for it, so you probably won't see me seeing that anytime soon. However, there's a little bit of controversy with In the Heights. So last week, Felice Leon, who is a columnist for The Root, wrote an essay about In the Heights and their lack of inclusion of dark-skinned Latinos or Afro-Latinos. In fact, the only Afro-Latino that was featured in the cast, it was played Benny, who was played by Corey Hawkins. And actually, the original Broadway storyline had some characters in it, but he was scrapped from the movie, okay? Now, I'll say this. Washington Heights, anybody who's from New York, Serena, Wills, you can attest to this. I think, David Benjamin Eccles, you're also a New Yorker, right? Well, there are a couple, I think, there are a couple of you that are New Yorkers. You can attest, if you know anything about Washington Heights is like solidly Dominican. There are hordes of Afro-Latino Dominicans that live in Washington Heights. How do you have a story called In the Heights and you have no Afro-Latinos in it? This I can see where having many sorors, having, spending time in New York, understanding Washington Heights, I don't see how this is possible. So, in the essay, she noted that, so the director is John Chu. She'd struggled to get any interviews with the cast and the director, but she did speak to them on camera eventually. And John Chu made mention of, well, look, there was a dancer in there. I was like, really? But John Chu is also the director of Crazy Rich Asians. And the same thing was levied at Crazy Rich Asians, that they had a lack of darker skinned Asians in there, like Filipinos, Vietnamese, etc. So that same allegation has been levied, and it's the same director. So surprise, surprise. But Lin-Manuel Miranda actually tweeted an apology about that. He said this: I started writing In the Heights because I didn't feel seen. And over the past 20 years, all I wanted was for us, all of us, to feel seen. I'm seeing the discussion around Afro-Latino representation in our film this weekend, and it is clear that many of our dark-skinned Afro-Latino community don't feel sufficiently represented within it, particularly among the leading roles. I can hear the hurt and frustration over colorism. I am feeling still unseen in the feedback. I hear that without sufficient dark-skinned Afro-Latino representation, the work feels extractive of the community, and we wanted so much to represent with pride and joy. In trying to paint a mosaic of this community, we fell short. I am truly sorry. I'm learning from the feedback, and I thank you for raising it.
Interesting.
It is. I tend to feel that this is a sincere apology.
It actually does sound very sincere.
It feels
Uh,
sincere.
yeah, it does. But it's interesting because I think of all, I won't say all, I can't say of all colors, but I think it definitely happens within the Black community as well as
Right.
art as well. Whereas that if you have a Black person whose complexion is on a more of the kind of the lighter side, more fair side, they tend to bring more people or work with people who are just like them, who are more fair, and rather than seeing the again the scope, a wider brush, if you will, knowing that there are many different, obviously different complexions within this scope, and just kind of almost feel forgotten about. So it's very interesting though.
It is. It is very interesting. And so there are some oh wait, unknown LinkedIn user is saying that. I'm so sorry. You know what I need to do? I actually need to go to LinkedIn so that I can see who exactly is saying this. So I apologize. I keep getting it wrong. Actually, LinkedIn, I need for you to do something with your API so I can see the names. And thank you for loving me back. Kathy is in the chat. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And Swedish had no clue. Yes, Spotify is a Swedish company. And David Benjamin Eccles says, I think Lin Manuel was trying to make Latin history. Yes, but you forgot people on the way. And Timothy Hall is saying it sure is, talking about Washington Heights being very Dominican and also very Afro-Latino. Terry Johnson, I forgot, you're also a New Yorker. It says you can see that in the first 8 minutes of the film in the on YouTube. Exactly. And she says it's like Friends TV show set in New York City, but no variations of the ethnicities of the cast or background actors. I'm like, yes. With Friends, I was like, what New York City are you documenting? I've never forget.
Right.
Even if you're on the Upper East Side, the Lower East Side, the Upper West Side, you are going to see everybody. I don't know where you're documenting or what you saw, friends, but that's some mess. And here's the thing. He still lives there, says Terry. Who does he see when he leaves his apartment? And they just did the In the Heights tour. It's still Washington Heights. I don't know who he sees, but we know who lives there. So, and they didn't make any money in the first week. They made $11 million, which was underwhelming for that opening. But we still are in a pandemic. Let's not forget that. I don't know that for a while we're going to see the numbers that we're used to seeing at the box office. People are still leery. Just saying. All right, let's keep going because I want us to be done in a reasonable amount of time, but I appreciate you guys being here. Folks, who am I? My name is Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also journalist. I'm joined by a one MC Curtis behind the scenes, and you are watching MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. All right, let's keep going. Let's do this. Let's get off of some media. Let's get into a tech story or two, and then we're going to end it off. Could I have story 11, please? Actually, before you do... See, you're trying to improve. You're trying to get, see, I was about to tell you to do that, but thank you so much. We got some tech going on. So this is really interesting. All right. Very interesting indeed. Have you ever heard of self-healing concrete, MC?
Absolutely not.
So scientists have created a concrete that heals itself. It fills in its own cracks with water. Okay. So concrete, all major buildings are made with concrete. It is an essential building material, but it also creates a huge carbon footprint. Why? A big thing, the process of it. And it also sand, right? It also has a fair amount of sand. And I watched a documentary talking about this whole diminishing of sand, right? They take it from beaches, they take it from the ocean bottom to do this. So now scientists at Worcester Polytechnic Institute have developed what they believe to be the cheapest and most efficient method of ensuring concrete's durability. The cracks don't always form a serious threat to the structural integrity, but water seeping in the cracks could eventually compromise the building's strength. So scientists have come up with a self-healing concrete so that the material can fix itself while the cracks are still really small. Interesting. So they said we look to nature to find out what triggers the fastest CO2 water transfer, and that's the CA enzyme, which is the carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic anhydrase, which is CA, and that is an enzyme in red blood cells. Okay? So CA actually transports water from cells to the bloodstream, and that's what heals, right? So that's the same technology that they're using in this self-healing concrete, which is really interesting, I think.
It's very interesting, but it sounds like
Yeah.
might be a bunch of missing people from third world countries trying to make this healing stuff work.
They're not using people to heal.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to put, oh my gosh, I'm going to point you to YouTube. If you type in, the title of the video is Self-Healing Concrete in Action. If you type that in, you're going to be able to see this work. So check it out. It's actually quite cool. And contrary to what MC Curtis has said, they are not stealing bodies from countries and putting it in concrete to make it heal. Stop that.
Hey.
You don't sound convinced, but
yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Anyway, but not that. The views expressed by MC Curtis. Anyway, let's go on to, we got 2 more stories for you, and then we are done. Could I have story 12, please? What does this look like to you, MC?
Some kind of arc or something.
You are so right. Ding, 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 ding. Da, 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 da. That's the Price is Right music. Anyway. This is Ark. This is an Ark. It's supposed to be like Noah's Ark, but it was actually detained in Britain because it cannot provide a, quote, testament, pun intended, that it is a boat. So the British government is actually detaining this replica of the biblical Noah's Ark because it doesn't believe it is fit for the sea. It is a 21,000 square foot Ark of Noah, and it's touted as Europe's first floating and traveling museum holding Bible-themed exhibits. You know what? I forgot to ask you to do the pop culture intro. Do it, please. He had me in this stance forever, MC, because I said I'm going to stay like that until you get this intro.
Well, it looks like a cross. So.
Okay. Pun intended, I guess. So it made its stop in Ipswich, England in 2019 after traveling from Denmark. So it doesn't have a motor. It has to be towed by like a tugboat, okay? It doesn't have a motor of its own. And it stayed there, seriously, for 40 days and 40 nights, as stated in the Bible. So according to the New York Times, they impounded the Ark. The British Maritime impounded the Ark, and the Coast Guard Agency did this as British Maritime and Coast Guard Agency together in 2019. However, it still was open until March of 2020, which is when the pandemic kicked in, right? So the museum said that they didn't see the need to register the Ark in the Netherlands is because it was a non-certified floating object. Here's the thing, they also used to house live animals, but according to them, it caused too many problems. Can you imagine?
Yeah. What a mess.
Oh, mess. So anyway, they still don't have certification of its seaworthiness, so there it stays. The museum has been fined over $17,000, along with daily fines of $708 since April 1st for obstructing the waterfront.
Wow.
And the fines are just going to go up if it continues to stay there. So, my dear friend, I would find a way to get yourself seaworthy and get out of there. Take all the animals 2 by 2 and head on out.
I wonder what the worst thing that could happen. Can they dismantle it or?
What would you do with all of that, though?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just curious. Yeah, that's
That's probably more expensive than paying the fines.
absolutely.
So I think it will just stay there. But I'm like, just get certified, do something. It has no motor, so I don't know if that's probably the issue. I don't know why they would build it without a motor.
Yeah, tell me about. Yeah, exactly. You are in the ocean with no motor, really?
I guess they're trying to get the real Ark experience, but there's no need. It's 2021. There's no need.
Absolutely.
God empowers people to build motors on Arks now. They're called cruise ships.
Absolutely.
Anyway, let's get some comments in, and then we'll go on to our final story of the. Yes, from London. Absolutely. Oh, wait, Leon.
Hey, Leon.
Leon, what's up? Leon, good to see you. Hey. Yeah, we knew they didn't make any money in the first week. So Timothy Hall said he had to see the lack of diversity during the production of the series. Either he saw and it went over his head or he didn't pay attention, but I can't see that because he's the one that actually made a Hamilton in color. So I don't get that you didn't see that you were blind to this. But he's apologized. How do you make it right? Anyway, Tora says, oh, that's some hoodoo. The building might come to life and swallow me while I'm sleeping. The like little building of horrors talking about the self-healing. Yeah, that is a little spooky, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is. About the Ark, Timothy Hall says, reminds me of the ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal recently, right?
Right.
Absolutely. And Tish says maybe they're praying for a storm. They're like, yeah, we're not going to take this apart because the end of days are coming. I'm like, look, just get yourself a motor and get out. All right, let's go to the final story. Could I have photo 13, please? Today on What the Hell Is This? Louis Vuitton has seemed to taken a turn for the interesting, trying to erase some of the past wrongs, I guess, or erase some of their past designs and turn it into a necklace. This is an eraser necklace. Virgil Abloh is the creative director of Louis Vuitton. Remember the Louis Vuitton airplane bag that I showed you guys? It actually cost the cost of an aircraft, right? Earlier this year, they did that. Now, Louis Vuitton has leaked an accessory that's expected to debut this summer that you could probably wear along with carrying your airplane bag. It's interesting. It is an eraser necklace, and it features Louis Vuitton's signature monogram motif as the holder with a functional white eraser top peeking out of the top. Strung to a silver link rope chain with an additional LV charm. How much do you want to guess this is, MC? It's actually cheaper than what I thought. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So that's gonna maybe $395.
$395.
Yeah. $795.
You're almost there.
$995.
A little bit. $810. $810 for an eraser.
Wow.
And a chain that I'm not even sure is sterling silver. It's going to hit stores in July. So for those of you that are looking to get your early Christmas gifts, here you are. Would you use this eraser though? You've spent $810 on an eraser necklace. Who's going to use it?
Maybe you can give it to your accountant or something who uses pencil, or some kind of architect or something like that.
Damn expensive eraser, I'll say that.
No, that's right. That's horrible.
Virgil Abloh, much as I love the fact that you are the creative director of Louis Vuitton, and as much as I respect Louis Vuitton for creating an eraser that cost $810, you, sir, are the Bama of the week. We will not.
Absolutely.
Let's go to the room, and then we're going to bop, bop, hit it, as my dance teacher used to say. I bet I know what you're going to say. I could go to the 99-cent store and buy all the parts and make my own chair. I'm looking at it now. I think I have the stuff to make it here right now. Get yourself a Cricut, print out the LV. I'm sure, and get the LV. But exactly, I knew you were going to say that. True New Yorker, you are. Leon says, yes, if I could write it off, you would get it? Okay. And Tish Roach said, I'll put that on my birthday list in July. Well, good luck getting it, Tish. Good luck to you. And that is it. Good family. We have successfully talked about everything we could until we couldn't talk about it anymore. Of course, I skipped some stories, but look, we're already over, and I try not to do that. So I apologize, but we had that little intermission, right? So thank you all so much for being here. Any final words, MC?
Oh, great show.
And great show for you as well. It is my honor to be here with you all every week. I so appreciate all of the comments and the likes. It's like a party on wheels. I'm so happy you all are here. And I'm going to sign off the way I always do. Love you for watching. Bid you adieu. You guys, MC Curtis, that deplorable Louis Vuitton eraser, and myself, we are all exiting stage left. I'll see you next week. Cheers.
Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire.